Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Lawmakers arrived at the Congress building to find a funeral hearse in front, plastered with messages urging hearings on Governor Calvo's bills to float a $125 million bond to pay for hospital improvements and to raise the business privilege tax from 4% to 4.75% to service the debt and help cover GMH operational shortfalls. Speaker B.J. Cruz was not amused.
I'm thoroughly disgusted. This is a new low, but I'm glad they finally found a good use for Tony Atta.
The governor questions why it's been 4 months and still no hearings on his measures. Cruz says he will personally set the dates if the governor agrees to have a voter referendum on the tax hike as required by law.
If he insists on doing without the referenda, it will never have a hearing.
What is perplexing me is that the Speaker has a history of introducing and advocating and voting for laws that increase taxes, including one most recently 2 weeks ago. Yet, for whatever particular reason, he is focusing on our legislation and saying it would be done in a process that is otherwise contradictory to what he has been noted for.
I was an initial sponsor of that bill 2 weeks ago. But when they took out the provision that had of requiring a referenda, and I know that it's still in the law, I withdrew my sponsorship and I didn't vote for it.
But the governor counters that taxation is the organic act responsibility of the legislature, and they don't have to be bound by a previous body's requirement for a voter referendum.
Every legislature has the ability to not have their hands tied by previous legislatures. That's basic political science and civics 101. When it deals to funding the gaps in health care for the needy or those that are unable to pay, that yet still use our hospital, that's languishing in his desk.
I supported a piece of legislation for $45 million last year. How many years are we going to go through $45 million every year? Get that place in order, get someone competent to run it, and then we'll talk.
At the very least, Mr. Speaker, have a public hearing. Hear the people. And then we will talk about compromise.
But for now, the stalemate continues. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.